Hello again, YouTube. David Creel with my friend Corey.
How are y'all?
What's up, Corey?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
There you go.
So, we had talked kind of before I hit record, and this is a coaching conversation. So, what would make this an extraordinary conversation today?
I kind of wanted to talk about maximizing family time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's your definition of maximizing family time?
Just getting the most time that we can in our busy schedule that we have, like spending quality time with the kids individually and as a family. Individually is actually a little bit easier than the entire family because we do have such a busy schedule. So yeah, just maximizing that time and getting more of family time, like all of us together, all five of us, and I don't know, getting the most out of it as we can, like, conversations with the kids and how to get them to open up a little bit more as far as like what's going on at school with them, and especially after hearing what happened in our daughter's grade at the school with the so I know that my daughter has some friends that are kind of going through some tough times, and I know I wouldn't want that to happen at our house.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely an unfortunate event. And your kids range from what, 15 to 2?
Actually, about to be 16, and on the 8th, our youngest will be 4.
Okay, so I was close enough.
Yeah.
So 16 and 4. So you've got a pretty good age range or age gap between the oldest and the youngest, because obviously you can do stuff with the almost 16-year-old that you can't do with the almost 4-year-old, and you can do stuff with the almost 4-year-old that you can't do with I guess you could do with a 16-year-old, but it would probably be frowned upon.
Yeah. She'd probably give us some funny looks.
So what does your family time look like now?
So our family time is pretty evenly divided. So like it's divided, but it's evenly divided. So said time with our youngest and my wife are usually typically 2 to 4 hours or 2 to 3 hours in the evening. With our middle age son, which is he's about to be 13. I typically get, him and I spend at least 2 hours an evening. This is all during a work week, an evening. And with the oldest, she's kind of like, she's almost 16. So she's in cheer, she's involved in this and that. And so she's always on the go. So really, when we do get to spend time with her, I would like the most quality that I could, get out of it, the most time to talk and just openness, open conversation.
How much open conversation is there now?
You kind of broke up on me on that one.
How much open conversation is there now?
Her and my wife have a lot more open conversation than we do, just because, it's mother-daughter and that kind of thing. She's a very straightforward young lady. So but she's also a 16-year-old girl. So like, hey, how was your day? Fine. What'd you do? Nothing. That kind of thing.
What would you like it to look like?
Uh, just a little bit more like in depth. I mean, I'm not trying to poke and prod and be nosy or anything, but just kind of get her to open up a little bit more.
What do you think's the best way to get that to happen?
I guess like engaging questions, but it's like pulling teeth, kind of. You get you can ask some questions and okay, that's cool, but then 4 or 5 questions, it's why are you asking me so many questions? That that kind of thing. She would be a good poker player.
So whenever she asks why you ask so many questions, what do you say then?
I'm just telling her, I'm just trying to see how your day is, what's going on. And then usually that's pretty much where it ends.
Are you asking her questions or is mommy also asking questions?
Well, I'm just asking questions like, just the typical, like, when you get home from work type of questions like, hey, how was your day? What'd you do? Do you have cheer tonight? What's your schedule look like? That kind of thing. What do you want for dinner? And it's typically, I don't know. I didn't do anything. I don't know what I want for dinner. Yes, I have cheer later. That, just.
Are you aware of the difference between closed questions and open-ended questions?
Yeah, but it's something I typically don't think about, like I don't put questions together, but like, okay, when I get home, I should ask her this. Like I don't have a series of questions, that I walk in the door with like, oh, okay, this would be a good open-ended question. They're just kind of break the ice type of questions, like,
So it would, I think, like if you had a closed question, like, what'd you learn in school today?
Yeah.
Or how was your day? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they can give a one-word answer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask an open-ended question, it can't be answered appropriately with a one-word answer.
Like, for example,
what was the best part of your day?
that's good.
Or did anything odd or unusual happen at school today?
Yeah.
Because if it's no, okay, that's fine. But if it's yes, then it could be, you care to elaborate, or do you want to elaborate?
Yeah. Well, it kind of, when Sunday, when I found out the news about the girl, found out the news at church about the girl in Savannah's grade that had passed, I had that previous week walked in every day and, hey, Savannah, how was your day? And, anything crazy, any new news about anything? And just nothing. And then I hear that and I'm like, oh, wow, kind of shut out,
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not the norm of what happens.
Yeah. But it was
like,
kind of it was just a situational eye opener, like, man, something that significant happened and didn't even bother to say anything, but she's kind of a not she's not an introvert or anything. She's just kind of to herself.
What is she into?
Well, clothes, cheer, makeup, TikTok, like same stuff any 16-year-old girl's into.
Are the questions? Go ahead.
Getting her driver's license. I know that's one thing we've been trying to do is getting driving time in. And I think if we just set in a hard time, like a scheduled time during the week on said day, I think that would be a big help with like her and mine relationship, like, getting to just time to talk with her and I in the car and teaching her how to drive and that kind of stuff.
I like that.
Yeah. Actually like schedule time. Because we run on such a tight anyway.
When's the last time you took your daughter out on a date?
I don't think we've never done that.
See if she'd be open to it.
Yeah, she might.
Because that would be a twofold. One, it would give you time alone with your daughter. But second, it would prepare her for later. Her mom's pretty, she's pretty, kind of goes hand in hand, but then you could also show her how boys should treat her on their dates.
Yeah.
Where, you hold the door, treat her like, be a gentleman, because then, whenever the time comes where she starts seriously dating, that could be a red flag where if they're not treating her like you treated her on the date, it could be, oh, hold on, this isn't, no, this is not the way it's going to go down around here.
Yeah.
So that may be something to consider, because I know she likes to eat. She may not eat a whole lot, but she does eat something, and maybe let her pick where she wants to go eat.
Yeah. And
whatever she says, within reason, you're not going to go to Del Frisco's, but, you may go to Del Frisco's. I don't know. But if maybe ask her opinion and just see what she says.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. See if she'd be up for that.
Oh, she'd be up for it. You've got to ask the right question in the right way where she's like, oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. She does like to shop. Her and I actually have that in common. So shopping is a easy go-to, I would think.
Okay, so what would be the matter with you have a shopping date and then you go get ice cream, or you go get a milkshake, or you go get, doesn't have to be anything fancy. Because it could be something as simple as, oh, okay, I like, because she values your opinion, whether she admits it or not, she values it, So maybe it was like, when I was younger, we'd go through Dillard's or whatever, and they have the perfume ladies stacked up.
Yeah.
You're getting samples, and so I'm walking with my mom, and I'm like, "How's this smell? How's this smell?" Well, my brother goes, "Why are you asking mom's opinion?" I said, "Because mom's a female, and I don't care what boys' opinion is about cologne. I want what girls think, So maybe something like, hey, let's go to the mall, or let's go to the Galleria, and we're going to set aside, from 10 to 2 or 10 to 3, whatever time permits, where y'all just go on a daughter daddy date.
Yeah. So that's kind of what, so our son, is kind of what we actually start today. He started a month ago with working out, and we start today as our first workout together at the gym, working out, doing the same workout together. So I guess that's it. So like, it's easy because we have that kind of bond. I always coached his teams and everything before. So we're kind of doing that now because he's old. He's he's playing ball for the school, so he can't really coach anymore. So we started doing that. And I've just been, and I don't know, I've been racking my brain for ideas to do with Savannah. And I guess until you say it out loud, I really didn't think about it. And yeah, shopping would be an easy one.
Well, at the very limited interaction I've had with your daughter, I'd assume she's like other girls too, that like having her nails done.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not saying you get your nails done, but if she gets her nails done, you could just sit there, or you could get a pedicure or whatever, where I'm not saying you get your toenails painted. I'm just saying it would be something y'all could do together.
Yeah.
And could it be that, obviously, I mean, you're a boy, your boys are easier because, it's that there, but could it be that it just hasn't become where it's intentional time with your daughter?
Yeah. I mean, if we're just gonna be straight up honest, I don't think I've ever actually, because with my son, I'm like, all right, look, we don't have this anymore. And I mean, I intentionally went and paid dues at the gym, got him working out so we could work out together. And I've never really intentionally sat down and come up with ideas to find ways to spend time with her. Although it's something I've always wanted, but I guess it just came so naturally with the boy than it did our daughter. So bit of a gut check there, but
Okay, so this is the part of the recording where we're going to call it,
okay.
because I don't need to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You had an insight, you had a sight from within.
Yeah.
When I asked you that question, you kind of looked up, you went, I've never really thought about it. We're done. I don't need to go any further with that. Thanks for showing up today. It's been fun.
It always is. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye.